I'm Reese Towns, Gold Seeker, the Gold Gypsy, and I'd like to talk with you about my book, The Nugget Shooter's Field Guide. If you haven't heard of this book, then I'd like to encourage you to pick up a copy from my website, goldseekeradventures.com. This book I wrote to benefit people that were seasoned nugget hunters and also people that are new at gold detecting. This book is packed full of strategies, clues, tips, and tricks to help put you onto the gold more consistently. So without further ado, I'm going to show you the book and what's in it. Okay, the Nugget Shooter's Field Guide. I wrote this in 2016. I finished it in 2019. It took a year to publish. It's 6x9. It weighs just under 1 pound. There's 120 pages. All the photos are all full color on a glossy stock. And there's lots of information packed in here. The chapters, I have information on alluvial deposits, eluvial, residual, colluvial deposits, aeolian deposits. I have a chapter on old river channels, tertiary gravels, and the white line. There's a chapter on hydraulic mines, how to detect those, and strategies and tips for working those effectively. There's a chapter on tailing piles. There's that's both hard rock and placer tailing piles. There's a chapter on mass wasting. Now this chapter on mass wasting, it's very important for the gold hunter because a lot of people have never even heard of mass wasting and why it's important to the gold prospector. But mass wasting is mass movement of land, whether it's from earthquakes, landslides, extreme weather with snow, melt, rain, winds. But mass wasting is the process of mountains dying, and it'll move a lot of material. And why it's important to the gold hunter, especially the nugget hunters, it will help you read the landscape to figure out what has taken place in the recent past several thousand years. So this process of learning everything that's involved with mass wasting, and you find out in your area with gold deposits, you look for those mass wasting events and it can put you on to nuggets. So it's very important. It will help you determine what type of geologic events took place in the area. And this is as far as like the weather side of geology. And you combine that with the movement of the earth and earthquakes, and it can really play a big part in finding gold deposits. Now, in with that, there are, let me go to the chapter here. Mass wasting. So this is the chapter, and within that you have rotational landslides, translational landslides, block slides, rock falls, topples, debris flows, debris avalanches, earth flows, creep, and lateral spreads. And each one of these has a very distinct look to it, and it can help you find gold deposits. So it's very important. Now also in the book, I cover information on sampling, hydroshocking, and cleaning your quartz gold specimens, detecting alluvial bench deposits. There's a photo resource guide that I have in here, and this photo resource guide. Let me go to that chapter. I think it's this next one here. Alrighty, should be getting close to it here. Alright, that's cleaning, so it's got to be right in here. Right here. So the photo resource guide is a chapter that has lots of photographs and detailed captions with graphics added to the photos to help you determine how to work certain types of situations that you may have come across similar things, and this will benefit you a lot. My next book is going to have a chapter just like this, photo resource guide, and it's going to be even larger. My next book, there's going to be probably around 200 to 350 photos in the book, and there's going to be quite an extensive photo resource guide that'll probably be broke down into categories. Now, all the photos, most all of them have graphics, and I do this to help the viewer understand what's going on in the photograph, combined with my captions. So you have a really easy to understand idea of what's going on, how to find it in your area, and how to work it. Now, also in my book, I came up with a strategy. It's an applied theory to find the earliest stage of a stream system. And if there is water that's flowed down, you're finding river rock at all in through the drainage. This process of this applied theory will help you find the earliest stage of when that drainage began. And why this is important is because, let's say you see a stream or a creek drainage that's flowing down, there's bedrock on one side. This will give you a visual boundary on one side or the other, both sides actually, of how far up that bench you can potentially find nuggets that you never thought of looking in those particular areas. It can take years digging and sampling areas and not know if you're in the right area. And you may think it only goes up so far when in fact it goes up higher. So my town's theory will put you, it will give you a visual boundary of where that stream system began. Highly important to find gold nuggets and speed up your process of finding gold nuggets with a detector. There's information chapters on detecting strategies and research, how I do my research and why I do it the way I do it. There's information on detectors, coils, and gear. And there's a lot of books out there that talk about detectors, coils, and gear. And I wrote my chapter on this to intentionally have information in there that others are not talking about. I didn't want to put the same old stuff that others are putting in their books. That's why my book is so important for the gold hunter, is there was information that I wanted to know about throughout the years, and I couldn't find any information about the questions I had. So I realized I had to put forth the effort, the strategies, come up with them myself, do tests, samples, and experiments to find the answers for the things that I wanted questions on, as well as talking with a few old timers that I knew that are now passed away. They shared their knowledge with me, and I want to pass that on to all of y'all. So, very good book. I'm not a geologist, but I've been studying this stuff since 1980, and I've had the privilege of knowing these old timers, as well as the chief mining engineer for the Bureau of Mines, who is now retired, and also the town's theory, this applied theory that I came up with, was confirmed by 2 geologists with the Idaho Geological Survey that it would in fact work, as well as 2 geologists from the Bureau of Mines in Montana and the former chief mining engineer for the Bureau of Mines. I would highly recommend picking it up. It's $24.95, and this will be something you'll want to keep in your pack when you're out detecting. It will put you on the nuggets faster and more consistently, and it will help you think outside the box. When those nuggets run out, it will help you think outside the box in such a way that it'll put you back onto the nuggets. And that's really important, because all of these patches that we all come across, the gold eventually goes away and you have to find new ground. And this book will help you with looking for those new ground areas to find nuggets. Again, my website is goldseekeradventures.com, and I'll put a link up on the website and on the description page where you can just click on there and go take you directly to my website to order the book. Again, it's $24.95, and this book is selling as far away as Australia. And on my website there is a reviews page of some other authors on gold detecting, as well as some very accomplished nugget hunters that I would consider professional nugget hunters, and they have written what they think of this book. It's a must-have book for anyone that is looking for gold. It was written for gold nugget hunters with metal detectors, but anyone who's working any other method looking for gold can benefit from this book. You're just changing out the process of retrieving the gold. So it's a must for everyone. Also in the book is a chapter on detecting and base camp safety, and everything in this chapter, there's very straightforward, great information for base camp safety, camping, detecting, and also in that chapter there are true events that have happened with me while out prospecting. So you'll get a laugh out of some of those, and it'll be a good read.